right, welcome to Your Time, Your Money, the show where your time is just as valuable as your money, and we know that. Today I have my other partner, Justin. Go home.
How are you?
I'm excited to have you in today.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been
Excited
a
to be
while
here.
since we did one together.
It has been a while, but excited to be back in here and talking about a really important topic.
I pull in the certified retirement counselor when times get rough, so that we have the plethora of knowledge. So,
Awesome.
We've got a great topic today. I think we should preface it for our listeners that this is one of a series. So this one is titled "Claiming Social Security at 62." Are we saying this strategy is suitable for everybody? No. But what we are saying is that you may want to consider claiming at 62, and these are the reasons why. We're also going to be doing another one, all right, claiming at full retirement age, and then one claiming at 70 as well, to kind of mix up some different options so people can listen to each episode individually and make their decision, with an advisor and look at their complete retirement plan. Because I know you like to look at the plan like I do.
Yep, absolutely.
Right, and everything in context. So.
Yeah.
So what say you? Let's get in. I'll let you do the honors.
All
It's
right.
your time.
Your money.
All right. So claiming at 62, right? I think that age is probably the one that most people go into saying, I am definitely claiming at 62.
Yeah, it's one of the more popular ones, especially because it's for an individual who isn't disabled. It's the first age that you can go in and claim your Social Security benefit.
Yeah, and the reasons people do that for obviously various different reasons. One of the most common one we get is the government is not going to hold on to my money any longer.
Exactly.
Right? Whether that's a legitimate reason or not, we just throw it out there that a lot of people will claim at 62 because they want to draw their benefit. They've been paying in for 30 years. They've been paying in for 35, 40 years, and they want to see money coming back.
Yeah, another popular one that I hear a lot is that they're not sure whether or not Social Security is going to be there. So they want to get as much out of the system as they possibly can, and just in case anything in their eyes happens with Social Security.
True, and and Social Security does need some reform.
Yep.
Right, so there is validity to that. There's also validity to the other, I guess you would say, excuse was, what if I die tomorrow?
Yep.
Right. What if I don't reach to the age where I start claiming on a deferral? Right, and those are all things that are the benefits to claiming at 62.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, that need to be considered. And I think the first and foremost that we always talk about is health and longevity.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I always ask, is there longevity in your family in making that decision?
Yeah, that's one of the areas that we always look at is that, longevity is in my family. So it might not make sense for me to claim early, but I know individuals whose parents passed away at 65. So if they hadn't gone in and claimed Social Security yet, they wouldn't have been receiving any benefit.
So there's
from
a
it
great
yet.
reason to claim at 62 is maybe there isn't longevity in your family. Maybe there's been a history in your own household of illness, of cancer, of diabetes, of things that shorten your lifespan.
Yeah.
Right. And the decision doesn't always necessarily have to be about specifically retiring from your job at claiming at 62.
Mm-hmm.
Right. One of the other reasons you may want to is perhaps you are in a low income bracket and you need to enhance what you're currently making.
Correct. Yeah.
But you can't go get a second job or a third job.
Yeah.
Right. So claiming at 62 is another stream of income that provides money into the household. So there's a great reason why you may want to claim at 62 is if you are on a lower income, let's say you're making 20 grand a year, you may want to add Social Security to that mix.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're still allowed to work,
Yep.
but you're limited, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? How's that work? That's they take money back, right?
Yeah. So in that type of a scenario, an individual who is making under
21 to 40.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. So if they're making under that amount, they can claim Social Security and there's not any reduction to their benefit.
Yeah. So let's run a scenario, right? So a client's making 25 grand.
Yep.
So they're about $4 grand over. For every $2 over, they're going to take $1 back of their Social Security benefit, right? So you're looking at $1,000 reduction, but your income may go up by, let's say $1,000 a month.
Correct.
Because your Social Security benefit might be, let's say $1,500 a month or whatever that might be. So, it is a net cash inflow at the age of 62. And one way that a lot of people that claim at 62 look at it is, well, even if I don't need it and I claim, then why not reinvest it? Right? We have some clients that take it at 62 and then they just pay the tax on it, and then it's just other money coming in that they just roll into their retirement accounts.
Yeah.
They roll it in their retirement account, they roll it into their investments, tax managed accounts, trust accounts, things along that lines, right? So that's another main reason for claiming at 62.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe they're taking that payment from Social Security at 62 and they're paying for something else.
Mm-hmm.
They're paying for an estate plan where they're maybe basing it off a life insurance premium.
Yep.
Or maybe they're paying for property taxes.
Yeah.
Or their HOA fee, right? I'm just going through this with a lot of clients in Florida. They can't find a condo with a low HOA.
Yep.
And they need that additional income. Well, if they're 62, it's readily available.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What other things can you say that, like, hey, 62's the best time to file for certain people?
If you're done working for good.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna go back to work at all.
Yeah. So that income threshold doesn't matter.
Yep.
Right. So your income threshold doesn't matter. You're done. I've had it. I'm 32 years in, 30 years in, and I just want to claim.
Yeah.
Right. And once again, I'll reiterate again. It doesn't mean you have to spend it.
Correct.
Because if you just run investment calculators of $1,500 a month invested for 5 or 10 years, you're going to have a nice nest egg at the end that's going to be, given to the family, that can go into trust, that can go into non-retirement. You can gift it. You can do a monthly vacation, a monthly trip with it, whatever that might be. Another reasons people might want to claim early is if they need to get out of debt, or they're trying to get out of debt prior to retirement.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe they need that little extra bump, or maybe they just did retire, like you said, but they have a debt that they specifically need to pay off.
Correct. Yep.
Right. And then once they pay it off, Social Security, it's still going to keep coming in.
Yeah.
So
you can do exactly like you were saying. You can either use it, spend it, or you can invest it.
Yeah. Right.
Once that debt's paid off, it has a little bit of cash flow that's freed up to be able to do something a little bit different with it.
Yeah. The downside is your actual full retirement age benefit is 65 to 67, somewhere in that ballpark. We won't get into the specifics on that. But claiming at 62, you're saying, hey, I'm going to take a discount. I'm going to take a cut off of my earned benefit, maybe as high as 30% cut. But that 30% cut still may be worth it if you are using the money the right way.
Correct.
Yep. And then you don't have to play devil's advocate if you pass away at 65 or 67. Right? Because what happens if you don't claim and you pass away? The death benefit, right?
Yeah.
The whopping death benefit. How much is it now? Is it like $255
I think it's,
or $260 or something like that?
Something around there. Yeah, your one-time payment of about $260.
Yeah, so you paid in 30-some years, right, into the system, and you have maybe enough for a box of chocolates and flowers at your funeral, if that. I don't know, inflation's pretty high, so flowers might be a little bit more expensive than $255 for a funeral. But you do run that risk of not being able to draw those 3 years prior to death.
Yeah.
Right, which is I think on most people's mind.
Absolutely.
Right, it's unfortunate, but everybody seems to think they're not going to live long enough for Social Security to make a difference.
Correct. Yep.
The reality is they will, but there are those select people where they pass away, early, 62 and a half. They might maybe 62 in 1 month. So so there are a lot of, I guess you would say, advantages. There are a lot of things that clients throw out to us as far as why they want to take it that have legitimate reason. But you can't really make that in a confined space. You can't make that Social Security decision on its own, right? Yeah,
it's one of the things that gets me every single time. I talk to somebody. They go, "Oh, I want to set an appointment. I want you to tell me when I should take Social Security." And I'm like, "Okay, well, that's wonderful. So what else have you done to help you and prepare you for retirement?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't want to get into that, but you need to tell me when I need to take my Social Security benefit." And then the answer is, unfortunately, for an individual that says that, is that it all depends. Yeah. It depends on your specific situation. It depends on what you've done so far with regards to your retirement savings and your retirement plan, because what might work for one individual might not work for another individual, which is why we always say that Social Security is not just a blanket statement.
Yeah. Yeah, and I, once again, encourage listeners, take this with a grain of salt, but you want to listen to each of the episodes in our series on Social Security. So this is claiming at 62. We're going to be doing one claiming at full retirement age, and we're going to be doing one claiming at 70. So we're going to run all the examples of why you would want to claim at those times. Yep. Not the negative example, but the reason why you may consider claiming, because it's ultimately their decision.
Yep, absolutely.
Right. But when we make that recommendation, we need to do it in the context of looking at a whole portfolio.
Yeah.
And that's really how a client should look at it too. And if you don't have an advisor, you're not working with an advisor, call into our team, write into our team, email our team. We'll be more than happy to sit down with you, run the break-even calculators, have that discussion of your other finances in the bigger scope of your financial planning, and make a recommendation on that. Right. A lot of times people will retire and their concern is health benefits till they get to 65, right? Because that's the age for Medicare.
Yep.
Well, why is it a concern? Because they don't have enough money coming in. Well, ironically, usually people's payment is somewhere about the amount that it would cost you for health insurance getting to 65 if you claim Social Security at 62.
Yep.
So that might be another reason why you want to claim at 62 is because you're done working, but you want to claim because you need that bridge till Medicare is available.
Yep.
And your insurance costs become a little bit more affordable. Not that Medicare doesn't cost, but if you can have Social Security coming in to pay for your family plan or your plan until you and your spouse are Medicare age, that's a nice income source to tap into.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I think I would leave the listeners with probably, one last thing, and that's the question of, you always also have to ask yourself is, if I pass away, what is my decision or how my decision is going to affect my spouse for spousal benefit. Mm-hmm. We're not going to get into that today. That's a lengthy topic.
Yeah.
But, that is that's an irrevocable decision.
Correct.
Right. Once you claim Social Security, you're saying these are the numbers that I'm going to be stuck with, and these are the numbers that my spouse is going to have if I pass away.
Correct.
So, hopefully you get a little better glimpse into claiming at the age of 62. You can reach the S-Lee Group at 43 British American Boulevard in Latham, New York, 12110, or you can reach us at 844-444-YTYM for Your Time, Your Money. You can find us at yourtimeyourmoney.net, and that's .net for your net worth. And please send this to a friend, somebody that needs to hear the different strategies of Social Security. Engage them in a conversation. Tell them to contact our team. We'd be more than happy to sit down. And we have some exciting news coming up over the next couple podcasts that we do, so stay tuned for that. And we have some advancements with our team, which we're pretty excited about. So, as always, it's your time,
your money.